begin this look, I'm using the new Kraze FX paint palette. Now these paints are water activated, they are cruelty free, they are vegan, and they do not have any sort of smell to them, which is really nice because when I'm painting my face and my body paint has a certain fragrance to it, my nose starts to itch and it gets very irritated. So with this paint I didn't experience any problem whatsoever. It was amazing and the color pigmentation was great. So right now I'm just painting my face, neck, and chest using that light blue from the palette with a little bit of water on a stippling brush. I like using stippling brushes when I'm doing a base coat just because it gives the most even coverage and it's easier to do circular motions to get all those streaks out of the paint. Now using the color Super from Surreal Makeup, I'm going to be going in and contouring my cheeks, forehead, jawline, nose, chin, everywhere that needs to be contoured. Now those avatar people have some really chiseled features, so I'm going in and mimicking that with makeup. The best part about that blue is that it has a nice shimmer to it because it's not fully matte. It does have a nice shine, which adds a little bit more dimension, I think, to the look. Now for my nose, the camera decided to cut out, so I just shaded down the sides of the nose and blended outward to give my nose a flatter effect and to make it look wider. Now going in with that dark blue, I'm going to be sketching out all the lines on the body, starting out by making the big center one on the forehead. As you can see, I'm just sketching it out and then I'm going to be filling it in using that same brush. It's like a coloring book. Pretty self-explanatory. Now obviously this is not 100% movie accurate just because they were CGI'd and this is body paint. So I'm going in and just trying my best to sketch out the lines and to get the point across. As you can see, I'm just literally sketching out the lines, dragging them down, trying to give them a very sharp point at the end. Now using that pink body paint from the Kraze palette, I'm going to be painting the tip of my nose and then moving on to the lips. I start off by using this as a base, so I'm just fully painting my lips like a lipstick with that pink shade, and then I'm going in with the Urban Decay Electric palette with the shade Chaos, which is a darker navy blue, and I'm just going to be creating an ombre effect on my lips, making sure that the dead center has the most pigmentation and is the brightest. Now using that same shade Chaos from that palette, I'm going to be going in and deepening up everything that we just did with the eyes. Using that white body paint from the Kraze palette, I'm going to be elongating my eyes and making them seem a little bit more wider and large, like in the movie. So I'm just creating little V's on the inner corner of the eye and bringing that back up using a fine artist brush. And making sure to shade right below the new inner corner, just to give it a little more dimension. Now I'm just regularly filling in my brows like I normally would. Nothing strange and unusual here. Just using that same blue shade and just coloring my brows. Now I'm going in with that white black body paint. Oh, did I say white? No, I just mean that black body paint. And I'm just going to be creating a little flick of an eyeliner to balance out the center of the eye. Now using a blue highlighter, I am just going to be highlighting everything. Nose, cheeks, chin, again with a silver highlighter, doing the exact same thing. Now I got these little adhesive pearls from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to be cutting them up and then sticking them to my face. I wanted to add a little bit of a more interesting look, so instead of just creating the white dots with the body paint, I wanted to sprinkle these in on top, just again to make it a little more interesting. Now using that white body paint on a fine artist brush that actually came with the palette. Now I was really surprised when I opened this palette because it came with 2 brushes, not just one, but it came with 2, and normally that doesn't happen. So they took me by surprise, and I love these brushes. Very high quality, no shedding whatsoever. So again, I'm just making dots all over my body, very sporadically, no rhyme or reason to them. And I felt like my nose and lips were a little too dark, so I'm just lightening them up with a little bit of that white body paint. Using the shade Busted from the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, I'm going in and deepening up all of that contour. It's a heavier navy blue, so again, just deepening up everything. Especially those collarbones, because I wanted to make them pop. I'm just moving on to my hair, creating a few braids to frame my face, and then I added my ears that I made out of watercolor paper and painted them to finish up the look.